Once upon a time, Yuki and Maxine were invited by a mighty king to resolve a problem with his son, the curious young prince. A disagreement arose between the king and the young prince about which watering hole to the animals should use. The prince was drawn to a new modern oasis that boasted modern amenities, but the old watering hole held sentimental value and had been used for generations. The prince argued that the new oasis provided cleaner water, tall trees, and a play area for the younger animals. Meanwhile, the king insisted that the old watering hole held the wisdom of their ancestors and should not be abandoned. As the conflict grew, tension spread throughout the animal kingdom. The zebras were torn between the familiarity of the old watering hole and the appeal of the new oasis. The birds hesitated to build nests near either. They didn't want to go against the king or the prince. Yuki saw the growing divide, and recognizing the generation gap between the king and the prince, Yuki approached the king and spoke with empathy.
"Your Majesty, remember the old wisdom. No one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, for the patch will pull away from the garment, making the tear worse. Let us explore how the old and the new can coexist."
Yuki's words struck a chord between the king and the prince. They realized that their disagreement was not just about the watering hole, but also a clash of their individual generations. The king had experienced the wisdom of the past, while the prince yearned for progress and change. Inspired by Yuki's wisdom, the king and prince decided to bridge the gap and find a solution that embraced both tradition and progress. Together, they planned a balanced compromise. The old watering hole would undergo renovation. New trees were planted to provide shade and a purification system for cleaner water. Yuki and Maxine helped with the modifications. The animals found joy in both the old watering hole, which carried the weight of history and wisdom, and the new oasis, with its modern amenities. The zebras enjoyed drinking from the restored old watering hole, where the essence of their heritage still flowed. The birds found comfort in the relaxed atmosphere of the new oasis, where they could build nests on the tall trees with beautiful views. The smaller creatures used both locations, enjoying in the best of both worlds. The king and prince recognized the importance of embracing change without losing sight of their roots. Yuki and Maxine saw that the kingdom thrived, and the generations to come would remember this story as a reminder that with an open mind, new possibilities emerge. Animals found happiness, for they had discovered that by cherishing the past while embracing change, they could create a harmonious future.